Hello everybody, this will be a short version of the lesson we did on Wednesday the 5th of May, Happy Cinco de Mayo, okay, and I started off with reminding them what we ended up with yesterday, that the Coriolis effect, which is the spin of storms caused by Earth's spin, and the important thing to watch is that highs in the northern hemisphere spin clockwise, that's good weather, and lows, bad weather, storms, they spin counterclockwise. Now, let me show you a really neat thing I'm going to put on my big screen. This is on YouTube. This is a whole year of satellite photos made into a movie. This is 2018, and you can see it goes every few seconds. It's another day. And I had it zoomed in on Albert Lee, which would be up here. And we just watched the storms go by and go counterclockwise. Now let's watch out here. This is where our winter storms come by. There's that's a great big one, counterclockwise. Here's another one, big counterclockwise. Okay. Okay, this is kind of hypnotic. Now, one thing that was interesting was you can see the pulse of the earth, just like it's a living thing. The daily thunderstorms, where the rain in the tropical rainforest over the Amazon, every day, rain and then goes away, rain goes away, rain goes away. Same thing's happening over here in Africa, every day, boom, 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 every day. Okay, now, all I did was I typed in weather satellite time lapse, and I picked this year. You can find different years. Okay. Now, you can watch the southern storms. They go clockwise. Let me see. There's clockwise. 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 Okay. This is all caused by the spin of the earth. Now, next thing. We did the daily weather, and I'll pause in each one. This is third hours. When I got up this morning, 7 o'clock this morning, wasn't a cloud in the sky. 8 o'clock, not a cloud in the sky. 9 o'clock, a little bit of clouds were moving in. By 10 o'clock, the sky was mostly cloudy. So this is 90% clouds. And then, let me see. So this is wind out of the north at 3 to 8 miles an hour, 55 degrees, no precip, air pressure 30.14, dew point 30 degrees, relative humidity 38. Now, the high, we had put one high, which is like northwest Iowa, and 2 L's. Now, if you look, the L's moved, okay? And yesterday in class, I was telling people that Tuesday, people were being warned that there was going to be deadly tornadoes in like the Tennessee area. And I told people somebody's going to die in Tennessee tonight, and it happened. So there were a couple fatalities. There are 2 of them, 2 separate places where trees blown over during a tornado hit a house and killed the person inside. That happened yesterday. And I mean, I'm not bragging that and happy that it happened, but I'm glad that we had weather forecasters who were able to give that much warning. They actually called schools off in those areas yesterday so the kids would be home before the tornadoes hit. They were due to hit when people would be going home from school, and rush hour traffic and kids on buses would be a really bad thing in a tornado. So, way to go, weather forecasters. All right, that's third hour. Fourth hour, completely cloudy. Let me move this paper. 55 degrees. No precip. The air pressure went up. It was 30.14, and now it's 30.16. The wind shifted to southeast at 3 to 8. 28 degree dew point right there. 35% relative humidity. They're the same H and L as third hours. Okay. Then the weather was different. Okay. Look, there's a different symbol. This is fourth hour. The wind completely died. That's why there's a circle around this. That means there's no wind direction and there's no wind speed. That's why that circle is drawn around. It's completely cloudy, calm, no rain, 57 degrees. The air pressure dropped to 30.15, and the dew point's 28, and the humidity's 33. Same H and same L's as up above. Notice from the day before, they've shifted. They went to the east. Okay? And the last one, 6th hour. This is wind is a different direction, all cloudy, 55, no rain. Air pressure's dropped, still very high, but it's falling, 30.14. Dew points 30, relative humidity 38. And the H and the L. Notice they've shifted from the day before. All right, next. I'm going to hit mute.
That's hot. Want to go talking about it.
All right. So I showed them in class, and we don't have time to do it here. Showed them in class a half-hour special. It's 19 minutes when I get rid of all the commercials. About the tornado outbreak we had in Minnesota on June 17th, 2010. Okay? You guys would have been probably 3 years oldish, somewhere in there. All right, now, this is a Weather Channel special about that day, because we had 7 tornadoes in our county. Okay, here is a 2-person team of weather chasers. They're in South Dakota the day before, and they looked at the weather maps and saw that Albert Lea was the place to get to, and they had to drive quickly 4 hours east. And they timed it just right. They got to Albert Lea right when the tornado got here. The first one of 7. Now, I'm going to show you something once I pause here. It's a low quality video. But can you see what they're looking at? It's a weather map. And each one of these dots is one of those weather reports. There's 100% cloudy and the wind out of the southeast. Okay, can you see that? And there's numbers written around it. You can't see them because it's paused and it's a low quality video. They have a whole screen full of these. They're able to look at that and quickly know exactly where they had to go. They knew, oh man, we have to get to Albert Lea now. And they made it just in time. Okay, 7 tornadoes that day. Okay, I will show you this. Every red mark you see on the screen is a storm track of a tornado. There were 74 tornadoes that day on June 17th, 2010. Look at Freeborn County. Look how many we had. 7 different tornadoes went through. Okay? 3 people in the state died that day from tornadoes. 1 here in our county and 2 up here in Wadena. Okay, now, next thing. We didn't take very many notes today. I handed out this sheet, and I'm going to go kind of quickly. Okay. I asked them if they remembered, we talked about it just quickly, everything in the northern hemisphere is deflected to its right. Okay? Everything that's in the atmosphere, and this is caused by the world spinning, going quickly this way. The world's at the equator spinning 1,000 miles an hour as it goes that way, this way. Okay? That makes storm spin. Everything in the southern hemisphere deflected to its left. Then I asked the kids, I said, wouldn't you expect, where would you expect the hottest surface temperatures on the earth to be? And they say, well, the equator. And I said, yeah. So we wrote hot there on the equator. And we wrote hot, really small right there at the equator and right here at the equator. And then we talked about heated air rising. Heat doesn't rise. Heat goes wherever it wants to, but heated air rises. And that's what these red arrows are showing. Heated air being heated by going along the hot ground by the equator. Heated air going up. Gravity keeps the atmosphere here. The air goes up hot and it cools off. It's miles up. It cools off up there. And then the air sinks. And it's doing this. And this is convection, just like we've talked about inside the sun, inside the earth. Now we're talking about outside the earth in our atmosphere, doing this. Okay? Now, the thing that's hard for some people to get is that this pair of things, this is like one floppy, almost empty rubber inner tube. If you've ever seen an inner tube inside of a tire, or like if you ever gone down a river inner tubing in a river, picture one that has a leak and most of the air is out of it. And we've cut it in half. This is, you're looking inside of a floppy inner tube here and here. And it's the same inner tube wrapped all the way around the earth. Okay? I realize this isn't 3D, but picture a giant inner tube grouped all the way around the earth. And it's slowly spinning like this. This is hard to visualize and really hard to draw. That's one wind belt, okay? And that's where we left off today. That's as far as we got. We're going to pick this diagram up tomorrow and do the rest of these. There's going to be a ton of arrows. All right.